I'm definitely a variety writer because I'm like Hemingway, you know. It's like you have to sit in a cafe, you have to have people around you. So I had a tough time in the pandemic. I went to Venice last year and I spent there 1 month and I just go into little restaurants and write there. And there you have a very fragile atmosphere, which is super beautiful. And this is really creating a very different mode for your writing. Of course, I also write now in the pandemic, being here since 1 year with more or less no traveling. Of course, I'm writing also here. But the change in habits, I think it's important. Of course, there are people that are very much routine driven. And I think for them, it's okay if they always have the same pen, if they always have the same place. Everybody needs to have his own rhythm. And I think you need to go inside yourself to find your perfect rhythm. Also meeting people, you know, having these coincidences in life, even though I always say there is no coincidence, but meeting people, sometimes it often happens to me. I sit somewhere and I write and I'm really into my book and into a different world. And people are so inspired by me and fascinated by me. So they come and say, what are you writing? What are you doing? I would say you have to be open-minded. If you're not an open-minded person, maybe you could write a Sachbuch, you know, a book about business or something. That should be fine. And this is also very well. I mean, there's great books about this. But if you really want to write a novel, including some fiction, of course, then you need to go on a travel inside yourself and for me also outside myself. So you're having your second date already and you are cooking. So it's getting very hot in the kitchen. And you start touching yourself during the cooking and there's a lot of vibrations and energetical feelings in the air. So then finally you eat and you watch exactly how your partner is eating. He's like dum 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 dum, eating everything very fast without really paying attention to the wonderful craftsmanship of the dinner. Or is he or she looking at you, leading you to the table, putting the chair for you and being really very responsive during the dinner, so you have a very, very romantic dinner in a way. And then how to move on. So the energy is there in the air. You had a glass of wine with the dinner. And now comes the question, what is happening next?